Hello, I'm Eric Matisik, co-chair of Denver Startup Week. Last year, we were able to bring the global audience together for Denver Startup Week, and this year, we're excited to welcome that global audience back as we celebrate and showcase the best of entrepreneurship that the Denver ecosystem in Colorado has to offer, in Denver and beyond. There are lots to explore this week, but most importantly, we're excited that you're joining us. We have nearly 50 sponsor companies who contribute to make Denver Startup Week possible. Let's show our love for these companies today and all week long. Thanks to our headquarters and title sponsor, Amazon, and our title sponsors whose leadership makes this week come to life, Capital One Cafe, the Downtown Denver Partnership, Fluid Truck, Hotel Engine, and WeWork, and our track sponsors who've made all the great content you're hearing today possible, which includes our founder track sponsor, Kickstart, our growth track sponsor, Friday Health Plans, developer track sponsor, Quizlet, product track sponsor, Palantir, design track sponsor, Battery 621 and the Public Works, people track sponsor, Exactly, and the spotlight event sponsor, Strat Labs. Our headline event sponsors are bringing this excitement to the entire week. Thank you to B-Side Fund, Colorado Public Radio, Comcast, Coors Brewing Company, Denver Pavilions, Entrepreneurship at the University of Denver, Gusto, JP Morgan Chase, Method, Moss Adams, Pi Insurance, Promontory Mortgage Path, Red Bull Basement, Southwest, Tattered Cover, and the VF Venture Foundry. Finally, thank you to our sponsors and member sponsors who are listed on the screen, and thank you for your support of Denver Startup Week. Now, let's get to it.
With early Paycheck, you can get your direct deposit up to 2 days earlier. That's another reason banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than this.
Well, honey, which one are you going to open up first?
That one! No way!
Yep, even easier than that. Plus, with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Hi everyone, welcome to Denver Startup Week. I'm Diane Miles, the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Co-Chair and a member of the Denver Startup Week Organizing Committee. Thank you for joining us for the 10th anniversary of Denver Startup Week. At Denver Startup Week, we strive to make all of our sessions a space where attendees can connect, learn, and grow, regardless of age, gender identity, gender expression, race, ability, or sexual orientation. A special thank you to our sponsors for their support in helping us to keep Denver Startup Week free and accessible for all. Thank you for joining us and have a great week.
Welcome everybody to Denver Startup Week and congratulations on your 10-year anniversary. I'm Jonathan Bennett. I'm an actor, an entrepreneur, a TV host. I'm the founder of an amazing travel company called Outbound, and I am joined here today by my co-founder of the company, Eric Hodgson, and my good friend, journalist to the stars, Megan Tellis, who's gonna help, as I like to say, tell us the story. Megan Tellis. Anyway, Megan's gonna help moderate this conversation, and we're gonna kind of, just talk about Outbound and what it's like launching a company.
Oh my gosh, Jonathan Bennett, I am so excited to have you here. As good friends, we have been apart for so long because of COVID-19 and the pandemic. So hello everyone, Denver Startup Week. Eric, what's up? It's so good to be here. A lot of what I do in LA as a journalist is I cover small businesses, startups, how during this pandemic, a lot of businesses have folded, but other creative ideas have come to be. And it's exciting. It can be considered an exciting time for some businesses like Outbound Travel, which by the way, for everyone watching right now, I'm so intrigued by this, especially because you guys have tapped into the LGBTQIA+ community. What is Outbound Travel, first of all?
Okay, Outbound, great question, Megan. Okay, so we launched Outbound Travel, which is a LGBTQ+ travel and adventure company that basically helps members of the LGBTQ+ community see the world in a safe, amazing environment and check off their bucket list together. And what we do is we go on and we charter ships. We fully take over small ships and we fill it with our staff, with all of our LGBTQ+ family, all of our outbounders, and we go around the world on these amazing cruises to these amazing destinations and just really give the queer community a chance to see the world, maybe go places they never would want to go on their own. Maybe they didn't feel safe to venture out. We do it as a family with all your best friends and really make life-changing and just unforgettable memories with members of our community. Eric, what is outbound? What do you call it?
Well, to go off of what Jonathan was saying, it's a chance for, we think of it almost as a gay pride and LGBTQ plus pride festival at sea, at a resort. We take the entire ship or the entire resort and we program it start to finish. So like Jonathan said, what that means is we take care of everything from picking the ports that the ship will stop at to the music that you hear playing in the hallway. All of the entertainers for our vacations are either members of the LGBT community or they are our allies. They are good friends of us. They're great supporters, love is love type people. So there are very few instances where you get to create your entire world. And that's what we do from start to finish. Everything from the moment you step on, we're in this amazing bubble. And then we take it to all these different places around the globe. And we get to share it with, like Jonathan said, these amazing outbounders, the people that travel with us who become not just friends, but family, and then get to connect over and over and over again. It may be in Lisbon for Pride. It may be on the Adriatic for an Adriatic sea cruise in Dubrovnik. The world's a big place.
It is. And there's a lot of places that Outbound is going to go to. And what's so fun about that is really, the different ports and the different trips that we have planned so far are absolutely just bucket list, once in a lifetime trips. I mean, we have the Adriatic Sea, which is like Croatia and very Game of Thrones. And we actually just had to cancel our Greece trip. It was going to be the Greek Isles because of COVID, but that'll be put on eventually again. So a lot of amazing places.
That brings up this next point of challenges. In any business startup, there have got to be challenges. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Have there been for you guys, and what are those challenges? How do you navigate them?
Good question. Starting a LGBTQ plus travel company during a global pandemic is not what people would normally think to do, right? That isn't what you would say, oh, huge market right now, let's do it. Yeah. But the thing is, we were passionate about it, right? It was the passion that made us want to do it because we have traveled so many places. My fiance and especially Eric, my fiance James was on The Amazing Race. He's traveled the world. He's toured. Eric is probably the most worldwide traveler I've ever met of anyone. Like he's been to more places than anybody. So there's a desire and a need for people to get out in the world and explore it. And what we found when we were doing other LGBTQ plus travel things is that, they weren't exactly what we wanted. They were either too boring or they were too party heavy. Mm-hmm. And we were like, neither of these things are for us. And we're like, what about the boat that's just like maybe 100 people, 200 at the most, going around the world, seeing it together and just like hanging out, having a good time with some entertainment. Like we're too old to party. We're past that stage of our life, but we do want to have something fun. So that's how Outbound Travel was born. We kind of created it out of necessity of what we wanted and what we thought was missing in the gay travel space. And I think when you have that nugget of an idea that's a passion of yours, like really wanting to travel and create something that has never been done before, when you do that, there is no right time. It's always the right time, right? It's always the right time to create something awesome. And we thought what we had was awesome, but we decided that was something important, this space. And so even though it was a challenging time to launch, we knew we were doing the right thing and we knew we were launching a company that was needed in the community, right, Eric?
Yeah, and I'd actually even add to that a little bit. I mean, like you're saying, those smaller ships, what we were missing were the connections, those personal relationships. And the fact that we're on not the mega ships that are 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 people, we're on ships that are hundreds of people, 100, 200 people. So we get a chance to connect with every single person who is on that ship. And one of the things, to Megan's point about like how challenging it is during COVID to start a travel company, it's also an opportunity because the entire industry resets. Everybody had to cancel their trips. our company that's a year old is in the same position as the company that's 30 or 50 years old because we don't have any trips coming, right? We weren't able to do anything in 2020. We weren't able to do anything in the first half of 21. So for us to be able to reset and to start when the rest of the industry restarts, and that's one of the things that I think Jonathan was so excited about partnering with Capital One, is because that they see that there's the potential here. And here's the reason we can start. If we have a solid financial footing, if our foundation is solid, then we can weather any storm, even out of the gate.
Right.
And how do you start a business, for those watching right now in this conference? How do you start a business that is lucrative on the business side, but also has purpose and meaning? You guys, you and James, as members of the LGBTQIA plus community, there's got to be some purpose and passion in there.
Yeah, it goes back to the passion. It really does. Like Eric said, Eric, tell them some of the top 2 or 3 challenges that we faced launching Outbound.
I think the biggest challenge was getting the message out, how we're different, where we are in the marketplace, because there are quite a few LGBTQ plus travel companies out there. What makes us different? And I think Jonathan nailed it earlier, where we're not, listen, the party cruise, that's just not us. We wanted something that was richer. We wanted something that we could share. And we wanted to experience the world with our LGBTQ brothers and sisters, and in a safe environment that was designed just for us.
Yeah.
So to be able to get that point across, where what makes us different, well, it's James and Jonathan and me.
And they're going on the trip.
And it's going on the trip, right?
Everyone asks, are you guys going on the trips? We're like, yeah, that's the whole point of starting the company, is so we can go on the trips.
And that's
I'm like, start the trips and be like, bye, we're just going to sit home. We're going on the trips too.
But that's what makes the business unique, as someone who is not of the community, but absolutely embraces and is an ally.
Oh, you are the biggest ally, I would say.
Come on. I want to be on every trip too.
Right.
So when you hear that, you go, oh, they're going to be there too. I want to join. What is next when it comes to Outbound? You guys have worked so hard.
What is next? What is next? Well, it's going back to the point you said before we talk about what's next. I want to talk about what you said. How do you take care of the community, right? How do you have the passion and the purpose behind what you're doing with the business? And that was always our number one priority. Put our LGBTQ plus family first. And when you do business the right way and you put the passion and the purpose behind the business, you have such a great margin for success. Because, for example, this was made for our community. So the priority is to take care of the community. When it came time to realize that we had to cancel our first trip, we had our inaugural, I can never say that word, inaugural. We had our inaugural, that's a hard word to say. Words are hard. Good thing I'm not an actor. We had our inaugural trip planned for the Greek Isles this November. And something happened when we went over there and did our site visit. We realized that with the vaccination rates and so many other COVID things going on that we can't control, we realized quickly after doing our site visit to the islands and seeing what was going on that it wasn't safe to bring everybody there. Not yet, because the vaccination rates weren't high enough. They were at like a small percentage at the time. And we didn't feel like it was safe for us to go, or safe to bring our passengers, or even more importantly, safe for the people that lived on the islands, for us to bring a boat of people that could be dangerous to them and close down their whole economy. So we knew that we weren't going to sail to Greece, and we knew it pretty early on. We made the decision, yeah, this isn't right. We shouldn't do it. And we made the decision to, number one, take care of our community first. And I think that's one of the most important rules in doing business, is if you take care of the people that have taken care of you, your business will be a success. We had all these people booked. So the ship was pretty much full. of LGBTQ plus people ready to go and like, get out on the water and have a vacation again, ready to see the world. And we realized it wasn't safe. And when that happened, we said, well, we have options. There's a lot of different roads to take. And we've told everyone from the beginning, if you book this trip, it's not safe, we won't go. And it wasn't safe, so we didn't go. And we gave everyone the option, which a lot of LGBTQ plus travel companies don't do it to the extent that we did. And we felt it was important and we're very proud of it. For example, we gave everyone the option of getting a full refund. If you don't want, we're not going. And if you just want your money back, we'll give you your money back. If you want to
no cancellation fees, no
cancellation fees, nothing.
No credit card processing fees, nothing like that.
And then on top of that, if it was important for you to go on another trip, we'll give you 125% credit for another one of our trips. We'll give you 25% off one of the other cruises just to say, hey, we're sorry, this sucks. We didn't anticipate this, and here we are. So let us make it up to you, which is a huge percentage off of a trip. And on top of that, if you had booked your airline tickets, if you had already purchased them and you weren't able to get the money back, we would give you the money for your airline tickets. So basically,
from people,
the response has been through the roof, because what it did was it showed that we care about our community. We don't want to take advantage of the community. And especially in a time like this, when everyone is, not knowing what's going on with a lot of finances because of the way the world's been, the pandemic, finances are so up in the air for a lot of people. We don't want to take advantage of that. Like, we know your hard-earned money needs to be protected. So we're going to either give it back to you, give you a discount to go with us. And if you bought airline tickets, we'll refund your money for you. And the response has been so overwhelmingly positive, saying things like, this is how companies should be run. And guess what? All the people that booked, majority of them transferred that money right over to another one of our cruises, and they want to sail with us, because not only because they like where they're going, but they said, wow, you guys, this is how a company should be run. This is what good business practices look like. And the only reason we were able to do that with the airline tickets and with the big percentage off is because we had financial freedom because of working with things like Capital One. Like, having the financial freedom to be able to offer such an amazing package to people that we had to cancel on. It's about having your finances and your money all organized and giving yourself that financial freedom. And that's because of, Capital One, the Capital One cafes.
How do you set the business up to be financially strong, to take a hit early on like we did? One thing that Jonathan was saying is it gave us a chance to define who we are as people and as a company, in addition to the experience we're going to put on. Like, we know that we can bring on great comics, amazing, talented singers, the RuPaul queens that are coming on to perform for us.
Yes, we have queens from RuPaul's Drag Race coming, which we're very excited about.
Yes. So, but to also be able to back all that up with peace of mind. And we told people, listen, how much are you going to enjoy your vacation if you're worried about getting sick, if you're worried about getting other people sick, if the crew's all been vaccinated, if all your other fellow passengers have been vaccinated? So no vacation, even ours, no vacation is worth the stress. We want part of going someplace and creating this amazing environment and amazing experience is leaving all your cares behind. And we just didn't feel like we could do that. So being more probably overly cautious than, than probably we needed to be. There's other companies that are going forward with their trips.
Yep.
We just didn't feel like it was right for us. We wanted to make sure that.
Yeah. I know you guys, or at least you with Jonathan, haven't been business owners for that long, but you are dog dads, you and James, by the way, if you follow my Instagram. So you know what it's like to care and love something and be sort of this parent of it as a mother. I feel you and I appreciate that. Would you say the key to successful entrepreneurship, from what you know so far, is to treat others how you want to be treated? The golden rule?
Golden rule.
The golden rule has been absolutely the number one focus of our company. And we take it we take special care in it because it is our community. We want to take care of our community first, you know, because we're like, you know, what you were talking about, I mean, we're all a blend, right? We're a blend. I'm a business owner, I'm an actor, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm so many things. And it's like, it's hard to explain all the different things you can do. Like there's so many things that are going on in the world. Like you can have your finances in check, but if you're not doing what you love doing, it just doesn't connect, you know?
Yes, the ultimate payoff. When
Mhm.
we think about taking care of the community and you think about the future, is it with Outbound about going to even more places? Is it about getting people part of the business? Is it about inclusivity versus exclusivity? What's next in terms of focus for the brand about Outbound?
Eric?
Pretty much just rolling on forward with what we're doing, you know, parlaying what we've built and going more places and we want to share the world, but we want to share the world with people who know how much they mean to us, know how important they are, know that they're valued and they're seen. And so it doesn't matter if you're an L, a B, a G, a T, an I, it doesn't, every single letter of our community and every single color of our rainbow makes up this experience that is Outbound. So our Outbounders, our guests, will just get to go more places, meet more amazing people, and expand our fantastic family.
I love it. And I love the branding. I love the
I
shirt.
love Eric's wearing his shirt. Very on brand, Eric. I told him to wear it.
Yes.
It is so cute. I love the merch. I mean, when a company, when creatives have merchandise, it's like, you know, it's the real deal. I've seen
Right?
the website.
The moment the t-shirts come up for all the Denver Startup Week, everyone watching, the moment the t-shirts come in the mail, then you know your company's real. That's the moment where you're like, oh, it's a real company now. Yep. We have t-shirts.
You have t-shirts and you have hats. You have all those, you have mugs, like that's amazing, right?
Well, and the Capital One credit card with Outbound Travel, that, you know, that kind of brings it home too.
Didn't know that. Didn't even know that. See, thanks for plugging. God, you're good, Eric. Okay, let's talk about having started a business with more than one person. We mentioned with you, Mr. Jonathan, recently got engaged. Congratulations, by the way, to James Vaughn. You guys have a beautiful wedding coming up. We're so excited to experience that. But in terms of balancing finances, really getting in the nitty gritty, sharing money, maybe not sharing money. We're in 2021, marriage operates in different ways. How has that experience been?
Wow. Well, I mean, these days we're all a blend of something, right? We're juggling jobs. We're family with our family. We're juggling jobs with our fiancés, with our partners. We got our side hustles going on. We got community obligations that we're doing to try to help move the LGBTQ plus needle forward for a lot of people. And it's also about, and also trying to take care of yourself and not go crazy during all of that. Cause like, I want to sit here and say, oh my gosh, it's so easy. Like we just like meditate and drink water and like really work on our stuff together. No, there are moments when you're like, I feel like a crazy person. Like you just do, because there's so many things going on.
Like it's a lot happening.
There's a lot happening, but you know, it's really nice because there's places like the Capital One cafes. We go and have meetings at the Capital One cafes all the time because they have great places to kind of unplug from everything and focus, right? There you can use, there's free meeting rooms that you can book out to have meetings with people, or like just go take your laptops and sit there and get work done. So we do that a lot, where we take our laptops, because we are fiancés and we're planning our wedding and we're planning Outbound and we're, you know, I'm auditioning for things and shooting movies. I'm up in Canada shooting a movie right now as we speak. So there's a lot of times when you have to like schedule your time and make sure that you make enough time for each of the buckets in your blend, right? There's all the different buckets. You have to make sure you make time for them. And by going to places like Capital One cafes, where we take our laptops, we unplug from everything else that we're doing, and we just sit and work on Outbound. We're like, okay, it's a 5-hour Outbound day. We're going to go there and plug away at it. And it's great because you get the coffee and you get super jazzed from the coffee. which gives me energy, and I can type like a million words a minute, and they have good food too. But so you know, it's all about like time management. When you have all these different, you know, side hustles, it's about the time management for us, making sure you put enough in for each of the buckets.
I love the buckets. Eric, I want you to add to that in terms of buckets, because your bucket of travel experiences, from my understanding, is like overflowing.
Yes.
So as someone who has traveled, can you dip your hand into your bucket of travel for a second and just tell me, and then I want you to dip your other hand into the bucket of entrepreneurship for a second. So you have lots, your hands are full, okay? And I want you to talk about how these experiences and launching a business in terms of advice, like what could you give to someone watching at the conference right now who goes, I have a passion about X, Y, and Z. Maybe I want to launch this business. Advice.
Passion is fantastic. Having the knowledge to go with your passion is absolute key. I have been fortunate. I've been to 94 countries.
Stop it.
And counting. Yeah, I know. So I'm holding out. I'm trying to make country 100 something really, really special.
Yeah.
So being passionate about something is a fantastic start, but make sure you're knowledgeable. You know, passion without knowledge can get you into a lot of trouble. And like Jonathan's saying, you know, some of the Capital One cafes and everything where you can bounce ideas off people, you can go to different individuals who can give you advice or lead you in a direction to be able to gain some of the knowledge you need. Everything, at least in our business, from licensing, getting bonded, which charter companies, which cruise ships are appropriate, you know, how do you rent a cruise ship? So being a fan of cruising and knowing how to basically rent a cruise ship for a week, those things are very far apart. So parlaying that passion with knowledge and making sure that you know backwards and forward what you're getting into. There are some fantastic cooks and chefs and things along those lines that may not know how to operate a restaurant. So know what it is you're getting into, and all aspects, financial, licensing, what you're looking at when it comes to, like in our case, international exchanges, things of that sort. So I would say make sure the flame of passion, pair it with a very impassionate, impartial, sane knowledge.
Yeah,
you know?
and that's what we have in our, go ahead, Megan.
I'm just also the right people, surround yourself with the right people, the right leaders to teach you, because how do you gain knowledge? Not from
That's right. Now, that's you hit the nail on the head. That's how our company, why our company works so well is, you know, everyone does something different in between the three owners. Eric's the nuts and bolts guy. You find your nuts and bolts person, and when you need to answer about something, hey, what do we need for requirements to get into this country? Eric will have the answer in 3 minutes. Like, he can get back to you. He knows everything. He can tell you what port is good, what port is bad. He's been to all of them. When it comes to social media marketing, which is nothing is more important than social media marketing. When it comes to that, that's where we step in. And we said, hey, this isn't going to track well, or hey, this ad that we're running isn't going to perform because it doesn't have X, Y, and Z, or, oh, there's too many words on it. Things that, you know, Eric doesn't really, I wouldn't say it's his best forte of knowing. So it's literally finding a team of people that can put these ideas together and create a company. But I can't tell you like what the tax is on a port in Greece. Like, I have no idea, but Eric does, and that's okay. So delegate and get people that are good at different things. So that way, I mean, there are times in our business when we're all having to talk to each other and say, I don't think what you're doing is right, or I don't think this is right. And we have to like sort it out and explain why. And it's almost becomes like, it's kind of like Hamilton in a little bit, like, plead your case to the court and we'll see why. Okay, you plead your case, and the other two sit there and go, no, or okay, yeah, you're right. And then we make our decision from that, which I turn everything into a musical.
Everything into a musical.
But there's one thing I want to say real quick about being at those Capital One cafes that was so cool. We were in Denver, actually, working on Outbound a few weeks ago. We were there for something else, and we were working at the Capital One cafe in Denver. And we ran into a gay couple that was in line getting coffee at the cafe. And I forget what we were working on. It was something about it was between two different things that we're going to use for Instagram, 2 different ads. And being at a Capital One cafe and having community and having LGBTQ plus community members walk into the cafe, I was debating with James which color to use, and we both couldn't make up our mind. And we turned to the couple, we go, "Hi, will you look at this real quick?" And they looked at the screen. We go, "Which one do you like better?"
Groups.
And they both go like this. They both go, "That one." And we're like, "Great, that's the one we use." And that's the one we picked. So it was just such a random fun moment to have at a Capital One cafe where you never know who you're gonna meet. And the cool part is when you're at these cafes, everyone in there is usually coming because they're trying to hustle. They're trying to get it done. They're trying to do the deal. You know, you're going to surround yourself with people that are like-minded, and you never know who you're going to meet.
I love that so much. Right now, I want you to tell the people watching, the thousands watching right now at this conference, where people can find more information about Outbound Travel and anything else we discussed today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Megan. You can go to iamoutbound.com. That's iamoutbound.com. And you can follow us at outbound_travel on Instagram or Facebook, Outbound Travel LGBTQ+ on Facebook. Just look for our logo. It's on Eric's shirt. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Megan. Thank you so much, Eric, for being here.
Good luck to everyone, again, watching, tuned in right now, who wants to go get that passion, pair it with knowledge, and then get that family of people. Go launch it, baby.
That's it. Passion, knowledge, and people.
But if you see Jonathan and James at a Capital One cafe, go up and ask them their advice, because
yes. And also help us pick out colors for the t-shirts. Thanks. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Have a great Denver Startup Week, everyone.